All right, guys. The next thing I want to talk about is dealing with rational functions. We've spent the last few videos talking about how to solve. Now we're going to be simplifying rational functions, which is going to allow us to solve a lot more complicated problems. So first of all, a rational function is a function made up of polynomials. We're going to be mostly talking about binomials or quadratics just because they're the ones that we know how to deal with. So let's start by talking about what happens in two different circumstances. If I have x minus a over x minus a, well, there's a couple things I need to notice here. First of all, this is equal to 1, and I'm going to draw, and you guys may remember this from elementary school, I'm going to draw, or middle school, I'm going to draw a big giant 1. This equals 1. Anything divided by itself is equal to 1. But we do have a restriction as long as x is not equal to a. So when I look at this on a graph, what I'm going to end up with right here at x equals a is a hole in the graph. And you can confirm that for yourself. Type in x minus 3 over x minus 3. You will get a horizontal line at y equals 1. I didn't draw mine horizontally, but there you go. And if you zoom in or you zoom decimal, you will actually see there's a little gap there because x can't be equal to a. So that's the first thing. Second possibility is I have 1 over x minus a. And if you've been in my class, you know that this is a hyperbola. But more importantly, we know that there is an asymptote at x equals a. And so if I look at this on a graph, what I get is I get an asymptote. And that really should, there we go, dash line. I get some asymptote at A. So those are two important things worthwhile remembering. Jot these down. It's fairly important as we move forward, and we're talking about graphs and we're talking about what happens to functions, that you know the difference between an asymptote versus a hole in the graph. Okay, so that is actually everything I want you to know about the definition of rational functions and what we're looking for on the graph. And in the next video, we'll dive into doing some simplifying and I'm looking at more complicated rational functions.